All right, I gotta look on this thing real quick because I gotta dig some stuff out here. How y'all doing today? It's hi, this is Jamila. I'm getting ready to get my coffee in me. Go in here real quick. All right. So I can see that desperate broke bum is over there. The one that's living off of somebody else's mama's he living off of Amanda's mama's disability check. I got some projects that I'm working on, so I will be exposing that faketor later. First of all, we're going to take the word black out of that particular situation. The word black has nothing to do with that group of people, nor does black people. And they don't even represent interracial relationships either. Them are the most dustiest people that are supposedly doing interracial dating that I have ever seen in my life. Okay, so I'm doing some projects today, and I'll get to exposing what I know. Um, Probably after, I'm gonna wait till after the holidays. Tomorrow's the 4th of July. Okay, so I don't have time to be dealing with that stupid shit. Especially with it being the holidays. This is ridiculous. I am usually open for a certain amount of hours on the holidays anyway. So I usually work every holiday, even Christmas. And I don't mind doing it because, believe it or not, those are the days that those are key points. Very important days. Holidays are very important. And so I'm not going to be dealing with that sector going forward beyond this live stream. Because, I personally, I said what I said. Okay? I said what I said. And at this point, it is so stupid. Y'all probably not going to be shocked as to the information that I found out. We're all not going to be shocked, but seeing it on paper is, pretty amazing. The exposing that I have to do. By the way, I have never seen such dusty people. That's the dustiest interracial dating scene that I have ever seen in my life. What is this? Okay, I do not do interracial dating. I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't know why it is such a struggle for those people. There are plenty of people that date outside and are friendships with a lot of different types of people. I'm not sure what the struggle is with that faketor. I'm really not understanding it at all. You know? They going through some struggles apparently. that Jamila has never had anything to do with. But what I do know is that it is pretty disgusting, the type of stalking that they try to do and the way that they are trying to be disruptive and problematic in people's real life. Okay. Also, another thing, my spirits have not been saying that they're going to kill them people for the whole time. That my spirits just let them know and gave them death promises going back to 2024. So my spirits figure, hey, if they're going to continuously stalk people for the rest of their life, then maybe they wouldn't you think so? Now, I think that what's even more interesting, though, that's happening right now, and something that they obviously can't pay any attention to and have no intelligent response, is what's happening right now with the FBI. I wanna probe that situation as far as what's happening with the FBI and them, bringing about charges against the CIA for using MK Ultra mind control over the public, over citizens. You know what I'm saying? I think that is a very interesting story that does need to be discussed. Okay, I think it's very interesting that would be happening right now. And, I don't know. People don't have nothing else better to do. They don't have no money. They don't have nothing to look forward to. I would have actually never thought that I would ever, you just don't never run in to people that are going through that kind of struggle in dealing with an actual person that it looks like God and the earth is trying to get rid of that person. Is what it looks like to me. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. But really what it is it's a grown man. It's a man that's in his 50s that has never been able to accomplish anything, and he wants to project to everybody. He wants everybody else to suffer because he ain't never had nothing in his life. And people's families and children have nothing to do with that. In fact, his girlfriend that always, that has been hating on me and stalking me for years now, she too has never had her own home ever. And we can't lose sight of that. I don't know what it is about a person that's bizarre to me. I don't know what that's about. I have no idea. All I know is that I've been out on my own since I was 18 years of age. Okay, I've had my struggles. I've been too young to be responsible, but at the end of the day, I always have had my own place. I don't know, but what I will warn these people about is that I said what I said. You are a stalker. God does not love or like stalkers. We don't like you. Okay? And you will get what the fuck you gonna get. And Patricia really gonna get it. I don't know why the reason why Bum Dot wanted to be cool with Patricia is because he has no idea how weak she is. He just wants friends. I can't stand Patricia. Patricia will get fucked up. I don't know why he thinks that Patricia is intimidating anybody. This is what's wrong with people. like that. People like that think, now we done all heard, Patricia, we done all seen and heard that chick, which that's not her real name. That's not, Patricia's not her real name. Patricia is a loser, if you ask me, and everything that was said about her was 100% correct. She's a very unattractive woman who's very miserable and upset and angry. And she's been on here trying to shame people, and she talks a little bit too much shit. And I think that it's important for her to be reminded that you can come on here and you can try to shame somebody for losing a fight, but to be honest with you, according to societal standards, being a very unattractive woman but at the same time being bitter, that's something to not be proud of. And there's no position for you in life. She's looking for a somewhere where she can have a position for herself in life. And so what Patricia has done is she has came online and decided that she's going to get with a group of people that stalks children on the internet, that does things while claiming that they didn't do it. So she's the one that came on here talking sexually about my son. And you can tell that spirit got them cursed. Anytime she's anybody that's friendly friends with Bum Dot, anybody associated with Bum Dot, that's called being cursed. That's not a blessing. Okay? It's not. I'm sorry. Okay? It's not about what the hell you've been through, but it's about what you do, and it's about where you're going. And Bum Dot is going nowhere in life. It's just that simple. He ain't never did shit in his life. Never. And it's because of the drugs. We can't lose sight of that. Bum Dot is a drug addict. At the end of the day, he smokes crack. He's a crack smoker. And normally crack smokers are not on the internet stalking people. In fact, that's the only reason why people watch, and he don't have that many viewers anymore, so that he can beg for donations for crack. That's literally the reason why dude can't get his own place. That's literally the reason why he ain't never bought his own car, is because he smokes crack. Bum Dot has been smoking crack since he was a teenager. Is that anybody's fucking problem? Nope. Do we look like we're with a social service agency? No. I don't run Jamila Briscoe's social service agency. My company name is Divine Services Apothecary. I'm not a social service agency. I shouldn't have to be bothered with wayward, crackhead black men. That's bullshit. This is exactly what I was thinking when I accidentally invited his little girlfriend to my house years ago. That's why I've never done that again. But I'll meet my coven. I know for a fact that I'm going to meet my coven on the internet. Some of my coven members, I'm going to meet them on the internet. When I saw Amanda, that's exactly what I was thinking. This is, I'm not running a business to where I'm taking in random crack whores. You could tell that the girl had at some point did drugs, and apparently apparently probably still was dabbling in drugs. Okay? So I don't have nothing to do with these people. I find it hilarious. Only reason why I ain't cammed up is because I'm doing my hair. I find it hilarious how they'll claim that I look like stir-fried shit, but my skin is flawless, and whenever I cam up, they can't stop looking. So I'm not worried about that. You know what I'm saying? My skin is flawless. I gained my weight on purpose because I wanted to fill my body back in because of what I was dealing with when I was in Georgia. But otherwise, I love myself. Love the way that I look. Love my. I wasn't loving my hair because I need my hair done bad. But loving my skin, loving my facial features, and you know what I'm saying. While these people run around with boatloads of fucking makeup on trying to cover up their obvious drug scars. That's a fact. I don't understand why this group of people would get mad at people, but I can promise you that the next time, and when any group of drug addicted crackheads, neurotic retards like that decide to start stalking innocent people on the fucking internet and trying to bully people, that they all gonna die. I don't know why why are you bringing up the fact that I'm reminding you that you're gonna die? Why are you bringing up that fact? The reason why you're bringing up that fact is because you're scared of it, because you know that you will die. Whenever my spirits give y'all that message, especially feeling the way that you feeling, that you deserve to die. Thank you, Don Puller. Appreciate you. Yeah, they deserve to die. I came on here expressing my concern, and see, the thing of it is that my concern is my children. My concern is my sons. How that female cat is running around here acting a fool. She's claiming that she's left town. I haven't seen any proof that has made me convinced of that. Okay, because she could just be saying that shit. What I do know is that a white woman that was rejected by a black man who had a child with him, which I had nothing to do with that. Okay, I had nothing to do with Tiffany and Aaron breaking up. I had nothing to do with any of that stuff. Hadn't even talked to those people. What I do know is that one of my worst enemies in the world, Tiffany Chrisman, has a group of idiots who never had a life, clearly, who are literally stalking me still on the internet and harassing my children. So I expressed frustration about that early this morning, speaking about how this so-called nurse is teamed up with stalkers. Now, that goes along with the exposing that I'm going to be doing, though. So, I'm not going to, I'll see if Spirit wants me to do it today, but I got other projects that I'm working on. Okay. So I got to get some stuff done. And then I'll expose her either probably tomorrow, or not tomorrow, probably the day after the 4th of July. I don't have time for that shit. I really don't. Okay. And we all know that they love to do shit on the holidays. And that bum, you know what, that bum gonna be shocked. You know what, he wouldn't be shocked. Actually, Bum Dot and Amanda have both, my spirits have sickened their asses before, because the people like that are acting a fool, you need to lay your ass down in the bed and never get up. Don't y'all just wish that every fucking criminal, in particular violent criminals that randomly attack innocent people, wouldn't it be nice for they asses to lay down in the bed and never be able to motherfucking get up? Y'all know I'm telling the truth. Don't even play with me. For you to not be inconvenienced by a person like the fucking bum, who's a crack smoker. Ain't nobody told them to smoke crack or meth but themselves. They did it to them fucking selves. Day in and day out, they on this goddamn website with these crack vibes every goddamn day, talking about people who don't smoke crack, jealous of people that don't smoke crack or meth. That's a fact. That's what we're dealing with. on a goddamn mission of death for another junkie. Shit is sick. Trying to fuck with people's children in their real life. Trust and believe that there is a high probability that, especially with me wishing the death on you, recognizing that your ass need to die, you trying to fuck up people's future because of this white ass bitch, this white ass whore Tiffany. You trying to fuck up my children's future because her motherfucking ass was confused. This is what the fuck I'm talking about. No, it's not gonna fucking happen. You know what? I refuse to let that shit happen. For a bunch of weak ass niggas. Why the hell should our lives be an upheaval? And it's not going to be. But why should me and my children and my son, because it's all about my oldest son. It's all about my oldest son for Tiffany, is what it was about for her. Now, some of those pedophiles in that sector, of course, they got something to say about my 13-year-old because they're pedophiles. But for Tiffany, when she was alive, it was about Tyrese because she hated Tyrese because Aaron left her. Right? I had no idea that she felt that way. At the time, I was kind of not paying attention, but then I realized it very quickly. I realized that a bunch of desperate, ugly ass, broke niggas in the fucking black sector doing the bidding of that chick, even in death. And I got some shit I'm gonna show to y'all too today. Cause I already did a doll on Tiffany. I did because I felt like she was stalking me still in spirit through these motherfuckers. Cause that's a very evil spirited woman. The only reason why any of them dumb niggas said that Tiffany was a good person is because Tiffany was always very giving to niggas. She would give money to Aaron, and Aaron ain't no broke ass dude. He's not. She would give money to Aaron. She would give money to his cousins. She would just, give them money. But it was always to do her dirty work. And then I wonder what she would have done or felt like if any of them would have said, hey, I don't need you to give me no money. I got a good job. You know what I'm saying? I bet you she wouldn't have been happy for him because for Tiffany, giving people money was about control. So a broke ass bum like Bum Dot is going to say, oh, Tiffany was a good person or whatever because she gave me some money to stalk Jamila. Imagine living your life within those limitations. Tiffany didn't make a lot of money. Tiffany wasn't no fucking millionaire. Tiffany wasn't no multi-billionaire. So for me, I'm thinking about the future. I want Cat Smith the fuck away. First of all, if I could have it my way, I'm not even gonna fucking lie to y'all. All those people would be dead. Every last one of them would just die. I'm serious. They ain't gotta die. Maybe just not exist anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like that would be nice. Seriously. That's not fair to Tyrese. And a lot of people try to tell me that, oh, well, you need to get off the internet or close your business. That's not gonna make a fucking difference. And then why the fuck would I let these goddamn crackhead ass, weak ass niggas? I'm telling you, we can do a reading on that a little bit later. I gotta go though, y'all. I got shit to do. And my spirits is gonna kill their asses. And we heard what you said, talking about fuck your spirits. They gonna show up. You ain't got no power, Bum Dot. You can't even afford a fucking... You so goddamn pathetic, Bum. that you and that bitch could have went and rented a goddamn room down there in Georgia. Same thing I said about Candy. You and that bitch could have went and rented a basement apartment for $400 a month. Well, y'all kind of, I think somebody would rent to Candy if she would calm down, but y'all some cursed motherfuckers. Don't nobody want y'all around. Nobody. And you've been trying to project that shit to me by calling my uncle Peep Game. My uncle was like happy to see us. And then all of a sudden, these burdening ass, maddening ass people calling my uncle and shit. Uh-huh. Y'all peep that shit? That's why don't nobody fuck with y'all. Y'all bring bad luck. Y'all take bad luck wherever you go. Hey, Concrete Jungle, you fucked up. Bum Dot and Amanda could have been done went and rented something. Could have went and rented a basement apartment or a attic space or something from some fucking body. They ain't got no damn money. And jealous of me because that whole time I was living over there on Charter Way. That's why they was stalking me. My rent was, when I moved in that place, it was $11.95 a month. They raised it up to $13.50. And then, I kind of started having all those problems with that house and shit. That was fucked up. You a jealous ass motherfucking bum. Running around here trying to project your shit to me, even when, okay, so yeah, I've gotten housing assistance. I had a housing choice voucher. I did. I'm not even going to lie. Not my whole life, but I did for that time being. I was still paying $300 or $400 per month. It depended on what job I was working. Now, that started back when I was working or whatever, but it would depend on that. If you had any income changes, you would just report it to them. That's an excellent program for women, especially women that worked hard to get to where I wanted to get to. You're not going to take that away from me. In fact, I didn't self-terminate off of that program because I was angry at them. I was appreciative of them. I did it because I started making too much money. Okay? Here come you niggas. Well, you know what? You not gonna make me start all the way to motherfucking over. I refuse to do that. I refuse to start over. Start over for what? I've developed myself to this point. I've developed myself to the point where my clients are now at this point spending $5,000 to $10,000 with me, and they don't mind doing it because my clients got money. They not struggling. See, people like Bum Dot think within the struggle. That's it. That's all they think about is the struggle. And it's not my fucking fault that Amanda wanted more but settled for less. This bitch running around here stalking me with that bum because she's miserable with him. It's not my fault. Job. Is it my fault that Amanda chose to be with a bum? And is now extremely unhappy online, fake laughing and calling the police. How the fuck you laughing at the shit, but yet you're calling the police? That don't go together. So we all know that y'all, and that's y'all sector. That don't even have nothing to do with me. And you see, you still not successful. You still not successful, Amanda. You're not. Even she even tried to bring a so-called witch into that set. Girl, that's oh my God. Child, let me tell you something. There is nothing there. It's hollowed out. It's hollowed out. There is, and you know what? Y'all are mad at me because I won't validate your sector. That's why they're mainly mad at me. Well, I don't have to do that. Why would I do that? Why would I do that instead of being over here carving my pumpkins during Samhain? Why would I do that instead of doing what I'm going to even do today? Why would I do that? Why would anybody ever want anything to do with y'all faketor? Nobody wants it unless you are on drugs. Nobody like I don't understand why these people just won't fucking accept that. And I just think that that girl needs to get her shit together. You should have got a better man. Maybe you felt like you couldn't at the fucking time. Maybe it's because you were so focused on wanting to stalk me. But Tiffany eventually tried to move on, didn't she? Tiffany had moved on from stalking me, even though she was still talking to those people, which I wouldn't advise. I would not advise talking to those people at all. They just got bad juju on them. You know what I'm saying? All of them do, including Tina. All of them. And they all know it. That's why they always fake and put AI and shit up. But we know the real fucking picture. Tiffany had moved on from that situation. In fact, now we got Amanda and Bum Dot. Let me tell you something. We don't Bum Dot. I don't know if you was born that way. Like maybe you spawned as an evil person. But yes, my spirits will take you out. They will. You'll be a ghost standing over your own dead body watching people celebrate your death. Yeah. My spirits will take your bitch ass the fuck out. Yes, they will. Okay? And I don't even know why you think that you deserve to live. Why does the bum think that he deserves to be alive? Why does he think that? Especially being that we believe that Bum Dot done murdered a couple of children. We believe he done did some real foul shit before, y'all. I don't care what nobody say. Nobody is that fucked up without actually being that fucked up. So, it just is what it is. We gonna make a fucking example out of you, but my protection is tried and true. My spirits will take you the fuck out, Bum Dot. And anybody that is a fucking threat. Anybody that is a fucking threat. And you know what? I'm not upset about it. Right, exact that concrete jungle, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. No woman that's not on drugs. Why, you know, the thing of it is that men that can't work, males that can't work that are like the bum, they have nothing interesting to talk about. There's no, it's not about him having money, because I don't ask my significant other for money ever. Right? I don't ask him for anything. If I did, he would give it to me, and he would just give it to me. I feel like if a man's gonna do something for me, I want him to offer to do it for me. I don't want to be asking nobody for nothing. But it's really about his mental capacity, his emotional state. We all know that Bum Dot is a broken man and he can't do anything for himself. And don't nobody want to be bothered with that. Bum Dot does not understand that most people are not even interested in his conversation. This is not even interesting conversation. We've just become adapted to it because of drug addicts like Tiffany and Amanda. We've just gotten adapted to these conversations. Otherwise, guys, we'd be talking about some totally different stuff. And I've noticed that a lot of people on my channel Y'all are really interested in the spiritual discussions that I have, which is good. Which is good. That's actually more interesting than sitting around talking about a crackhead, delusional, broke ass bum. He's been forcing himself on people. He hasn't just forced himself on Amanda and her mama. He's forced himself on YouTube, period. He's been forcing himself. Y'all know how we see videos of drug addicts doing weird things and it'd be like a little short video, maybe 1 or 2 minutes long? No, Bum Dot is a drug addict that decided to make videos, and now we got to sit and listen to him for 3 or 4. I don't do it. He's been forcing people to listen to him for 3 or 4 hours, and he wants several hour attention per day. Nobody should ever be listening to or viewing a crackhead that long every fucking day. Nobody even does that for their own fucking family members. What in the hell in the YouTube intervention is needed immediately? He does crackhead content. Am I lying? Crack tent is what it is. It ain't content, it's crack tent. And I don't think he realizes Bum Dot sounds like he sounds like a fucking down and out junkie. He ain't talking about nothing. He grosses everybody out. He gets to talking about sex, talking about a lot of y'all men. How many men that have gotten ahead in life would actually sit at a fucking table with people and start talking about your dick? Not said nobody ever. Can you imagine you at a business meeting, and I would hope that you wouldn't, because you would fail at business, especially when it comes to men. Now, being that I'm in a spiritual business and I educate women on their bodies and stuff, I can do that. But I don't do it often. And I didn't like how, things were just out there and all sexual when it came to me. I don't like that, but that's okay. Right? But a man is not going to sit at a table of men and talk about his dick and expect to get anywhere. That's why that bum ain't got no fucking money. To them, $50 is a lot of money. To them, $50 is a lot of money. It is. And that's why they love Cat so much, because Cat's managed to give them a couple of dollars, which is sick. I'm going to expose her. We'll see how I feel. I'm going to expose Cat Smith. She been quiet. She ain't been saying nothing about me. If y'all notice, she been purposely ignoring me. But I can't see her in Bum Dot's chat because I have her blocked. She is annoying. I'm not in. Okay. First of all, I'm not into women like that. But it's, if I'm gonna hang around a white woman or be around a white girl, it's gonna be a certain type of white woman. I'm not interested in ghetto. No, I'm not interested in that. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want to see or hear anything that she has to say. Cat Smith has the mentality of a hood booger, and I'm not into that shit. I'm not. People, and the crazy part about it is that I don't know if she acting, if she playing. No, she's not. But even people that have been raised in the hood don't lack that. A black person, or even a white girl that grew up in the hood, because I know plenty of hood white girls. A lot of them were smart. Cat Smith is not even fucking smart. She's not intelligent at all. So, But yeah, I will expose her just for the fuck of it. I'm not going to get paid for it. It's not going to mean anything to me, but it's important for people to know the fucking truth as far as what you're dealing with. So I'll see y'all in a little bit. I gotta go. Okay. I'll see y'all in a little bit. All right.